No, okay. I'm Jamie, and I'm a sophomore at Henry Clay, and my favorite animal is a tiger.
Um, I'm Barath, and I'm a junior at Paul Lawrence Dunbar. My favorite animal is a lion.
I'm Gentry, I'm a junior at West Jessamine High School, and my favorite animal is a rhinoceros.
I'm Eliza Jane. I'm a sophomore at Henry Clay, and my favorite animal is an elephant.
I'm Aiden. I'm a junior at Lafayette. I am unfortunately not graduating, and my favorite animal is fried chicken.
My name is Jesse. I'm a sophomore here at Knox Central. My favorite animal is a cat.
My name's Adam. I'm a sophomore here at Knox Central. My favorite animal is probably a dog.
I'm Amanda. I'm a sophomore at Knox Central also, and my favorite animal is an elephant.
I'm Nathan. I too am a sophomore at Knox Central. My favorite animal is a lion.
I'm Molly. I'm a junior here and at the Gatton Academy, and my favorite animal is a Komodo dragon.
I'm Riley. I'm a junior at Dunbar High School, and my favorite my favorite animal is an elephant, not elements.
My name is Meghna. I am a junior at Paul Lawrence Dunbar, and my favorite animal is stuffed.
I am Sahar. I'm an 8th grader at the Lexington School, and my favorite animal is a zebra.
I'm Ashton. I'm in the 8th grade, and I go to Greene County Middle. My favorite animal is a wolf.
My name is Naomi Kellogg. I just recently graduated from the Gatton Academy and am headed to Indiana University in Bloomington in the fall. And my favorite animal is a lion.
Hey, my name is Sahil Nair, and I'm a junior at Paul Lawrence Dunbar. And I guess my favorite animal is the elephant.
My name is Faislan Ahmed. I'm a junior at Paul Lawrence Dunbar. My favorite animal is the panda.
My name is Ben Kincaid. I'm a junior at Paul Lawrence Dunbar High School, and my favorite animal is the cat. I like cats. So.
My name is Andrew. I'm a senior at Paul Lawrence Dunbar, going to UNC Chapel Hill next year, and my favorite animal is the koala bear. So I think what we're going to do is basically a forum between the Knox County students and the students from various other high schools in Kentucky. I think both sets of students come into this discussion with a bit of ignorance about what it's like to live in a different way or in a different area, and I think it's important to kind of break down some of those barriers. So towards the beginning, anything that I ask will be just satisfying my personal curiosities that I have. But I encourage everyone to ask questions of each other whenever you think one pops up into your mind, because I think that's an important part of opening up this dialogue. So I think the first question I'm going to ask is, what kind of stereotypes do you have for maybe someone else sitting at the table? For example, being from Fayette County Public Schools, we have stereotypes about people that live over in Bowling Green, people that live over in Knox County, and I don't think they're necessarily true in every case. So I'd like to hear what each of you have as far as stereotypes for another group. What did you expect us to be like? And for the Fayette County students, what did you expect them to be like? And as a point of order, if there is a awkward silence after I ask a question, I'm going to point out people randomly from the table, and they're going to have to answer the question. So don't be that guy. Stereotypes, guys.
I guess I can start us off. The first thing that really struck me when we crossed the county line, I guess, was how much space there was. I think all of us really expected to pull up to a school that wasn't nearly as nice as this building. You guys have a really nice school here, and that dispelled a lot of our major stereotypes, I guess. That Knox County may not be one of the most well-kept counties. It may not have a school that's as well-kept as this one is. So in general, I think a lot of us expected less coming into Knox County. We expected a school system and schools and students that weren't nearly as those that we would expect back home. but walking into the school, talking to your teachers, seeing your classrooms, I think that that's something that's truly been dispelled and corrected because you guys have great schools, you guys have great teachers, and I'm sure that we're going to get to meet some great students today.
Aiden.
No offense, but when I first, well, I didn't really meet you guys, but meeting you guys, I expected maybe a few less teeth. I don't mean to offend.
Amanda.
Well, I didn't really have that many stereotypes because I've kind of already met with you guys, but I don't know. I think someone said, I don't remember who it was, but someone said that their school was a lot less nice than ours, and that kind of caught me off guard. I wasn't expecting that.
I might have made a mistake in the beginning by calling them stereotypes because they might have a really negative connotation. I didn't mean something that you thought was bad about someone else and then now it's correct. I just meant something that was different from what you expected. Anything at all different from what you expected.
I expected things to not go over as smoothly as it did at the beginning. Like, when it all started, it quickly, people quickly started talking to each other. I kind of expected it at first to be kind of more awkward here in this setting. And from individual people, I didn't really know what to expect. Because, I was told that it was going to be students from the Pritchard Committee, but I didn't know it was like all from one place or a bunch of different students. So it's kind of just see what happens.
We're pretty normal, right? We're pretty normal people.
Except for Molly.
Now, Molly, you're at the Gatton Academy.
Yeah.
And then were you here at Knox County before that? Or?
Yes, I was. I did my freshman and sophomore year here.
And you're a senior now at Gatton County?
Yeah.
Or junior? And what was that transition like, that change?
It was very interesting. No one here really knew about Gatton until I applied. I think we had had a student go before, but I don't think they stayed. So transitioning to the Gatton Academy was very, very different for me because we don't really have kids go off as far to Bowling Green or something for school. So to go when you're in high school was very strange. It worked out well for me though because my brother actually goes to Western, so I could kind of adjust that way more.
Well, so it's interesting that you say that. You're saying a lot of times students don't get to go to Bowling Green
Yes.
during their time in high school. I think it's also true that students in Fayette County don't get to go to Knox County while they're in high school. So what do you guys think about that? The idea that you live in one place but you kind of stay there. Can you agree with that? Have you seen that happen as well? Have you guys?
I agree that. Oh, were you about to say something?
No, okay.
I agree that that's something that happens, and I don't think it's by accident. I think it's purpose. I feel like, I don't know. Well, I know it's like this here around Knox County. I don't know it's as much in other parts of the state, but a lot of people kind of they're born someplace and they kind of want to stay there. They don't really like to branch out as much and see new things.
Why?
They're scared. They don't like change. They're used to being in one place, and that's the way it's always been. That's the way they want to keep it. New experiences can be scary, and they just don't want to face that.
Eliza Jane, do you think the same is true in Fayette County? I can say I've never been to Knox County before.
I would say it's probably definitely more common for people to, well, just from what you said, I don't know anything about Knox County, but in Fayette County, it's pretty common for people to leave their hometown. There are a lot of people that stay and go to UK. I live in Lexington, and UK is like right there, so a lot of people just go right to UK. But there are quite a few who go on to other colleges out of state, like Naomi and Andrew are both going out of state.
Do you all think there's any motivation to get out of Knox County, either in your school or in the county itself, or is it more, okay, you're going to grow up here and you're going to end up staying here? Do you all feel, I guess a better way to say it, do you all feel trapped at all in this county?
Yes.
Or
yes, definitely. Because Yeah, I feel like I'm expected to stay here. Like, it's like, stay here, do what our family does, keep it going.
Yeah, like,
I don't want to do
my
that.
dad had like this expectation of going straight to the medical field and then coming back and working in like Corbin or something and staying home, but that's not what I typically want to do.
I guess I'm a special case in this one because I don't feel trapped here at all. I don't expect to stay here. I do expect to go somewhere else. But that just might be because I'm not originally from here.
Okay, so motivations for that. But
I don't necessarily feel trapped here, but I definitely feel like there aren't any encouragements given to me to move away or, well, I'm not here, from here as well. I'm from Tennessee, but it's 40 minutes down the road.
Right.
So, I mean, there definitely aren't any things showing me different ways to go.
But for like, what kind of things do you think would help you all, and maybe not you as much, but you guys, I don't want to make this sound bad, but kind of get out and be able to experience things and have motivation to go elsewhere and experience different things? What do you think a teacher could do, an administrator, a counselor, or somebody in that kind of power could do?
Maybe more college visits.
True, help you all schedule those.
Or opening up more trips to other departments other than here, which is particularly the athletic department. They definitely get much more treatment than other departments. Like, I'm in the music department, I'm one of like the idols of the band, I guess.
That's cool.
But we don't do anything. I mean, we get zero funding from the high school.
So you definitely think there's more of a focus as far as administration is on sports rather than on the arts?
Why do you think that is?
Well, around here, I mean, I've not met anyone from this town since I moved here that's really interested in music. Like anyone that has a passion for it like I do. It's all football and basketball and cheerleading and things like that.
I mean, I think a lot of that is like, you're not really expected to be smart here. Like when I'm like, hey, I got to be in this class, I feel like I'm failing. People are like, oh, well, I got to C, you should just be happy. Like, stop. It's like, I don't know.
Do you think there's a culture of wanting to succeed in Knox
Definitely,
County?
yeah.
Of wanting to succeed or wanting not to?
Oh, wanting not to.
Why do you think that is? Why do you think that's being facilitated?
I mean, I just think it's expected, but.
I was going to say,
Yeah, like most of our parents, like, I mean, both of my parents didn't finish high school, so, I mean, a lot of people around here don't. They drop out normally around their junior to senior year, well, parent-wise, and the students just think, I guess, that they're just gonna do what their parents did and go straight into like coal or lumber or something, other than going to college.
Here's a bit of a lead-in question, or maybe a backtrack kind of thing, but you guys talked about expectations as far as why you'd remain within Knox County. I think you touched on parents, I think you touched on culture. Are there any ones that really stand out to you as reasons why you are expected to stay in Knox County or you're predisposed to stay in Knox County?
I think it's because a lot of people do stay in Knox County. Not necessarily that you're told you have to stay, but you see this person stayed and this person stayed and this person stayed, so it's kind of just the norm.
Yeah, for most people here, I feel like it's mainly like that's what their family's always done, so they feel like that's exactly what they have to do as well. They've never really seen a culture outside of that.
When it comes to something like post-secondary education, one, is that something that you see in your near future? Two, is that something that you'd travel outside the county for? And three, if you did, would you come back to Knox County after completing that?
I wouldn't come back to Knox. Like, I go to Bowling Green now, and I'm looking at schools out of state. And personally, I don't feel like coming back here. Because I don't feel like job-wise or anything really that this place offers.
Okay.
It's something that I would want. Post-secondary education, something I would want to do, and something I would go out of the county to do. And I wouldn't want to come back to Knox either. Because I feel like, for me personally, if I want to, live up to my full potential and really be able to experience a lot of things, since there's not that much around here, I'm going to have to leave Knox County.
I know you discussed specifically that you want to go into medicine, so that's obviously something you'll be traveling out of the county specifically for.
Yes,
and you talked about coming back to Corbin after you're done with your education?
That's what mainly my dad's focus on is me coming back here, but I'm wanting to stay more of Lexington, stay there. I feel like there would be more of a job there than there would be here.
So going back to stereotypes, I'm really intrigued to hear you guys say this, because when I came to Knox County, I was expecting all of you guys to say, oh no, I don't want to go into post-secondary education, I want to stay here with my family. So what makes you different as a student and to break out of that stereotype? And what motivates you personally to want secondary education? Are you a high achieving student, or how would you describe yourself as a student?
Well, for me personally, I would describe myself as a high achieving student, and I come from sort of a high achieving family. Like, all of my siblings were very high achieving, so when I was younger, and people would always like say, oh, you're Gilmore's little brother or Nadine's little brother. I never wanted to be someone's little brother, I wanted to be my own person. And that motivated me to really want to succeed. And also, as I learned about things, I, would gain genuine interest in different topics. And I'm motivated by that interest to where I don't just learn about them at school, but I go home and look up stuff about this. And
What was your primary exposure to those other topics? Like, where did you primarily get to learn about those other topics? Was it all in school?
Not really. The three topics I'm most interested in are math, computer science, and physics. With math, that originated in school because I was just good at it, and so that really helped me to, look more into it. Computer science, well, just, my generation's one that grew up around computers, so.
I'm sorry, what did you say?
With computer science, our generation is a generation that grew up around computers, and so I always wanted to know how they work, and it always amazed me, like, I look at the computer, everyone uses them, but they're like, it's almost like magic to a lot of people, because it's a technology that's here and it works, but how? And so that really pushed me towards it, and with physics, I can't really remember how I started liking physics, but I really like physics. Maybe just because it uses a lot of math.
If there were an outlet for those interests in Knox County, would you consider staying?
It depends on how good that outlet is,
Sure.
And also, if I stay here, what else can I do? Like, will I just be constricted to working that outlet in my field, or will I also be able to, do stuff for fun? Because, I don't know, just all work and no play makes Jack a dull boy.
Yeah.
I was wondering, for you two girls, do you feel that there's a trend as far as more boys being high achieving or more girls being high achieving or staying, or is there a gender gap there, or because I know you don't have much of like the racial gap isn't like a big thing because there's not a lot of diversity. So is it a gender gap? Is it more of a socioeconomic gap? What do y'all feel?
I think there's a mix of a gender gap and a socioeconomic
Yeah.
gap. Like, you're expected to stay at home and do the dishes and cook and all this
Yeah,
stuff.
like,
no.
there's a whole lot of sexism here, but I do feel like mainly men are very, like, out of our top, like, passive